We're here in Newcastle along the Big Blue River to remove some invasive plant species and to find out what this has to do with exercise. Let's get started. Health is Wealth is supported by Meridian Health Services and Lifestream Services.
I'm Dr. Helen Stussy. I'm going to be sure all of you know how to remove bush honeysuckle because it's terrible. Over 100 years ago, they brought him from Japan for landscaping. They thought he was a great plant. Unfortunately here, he doesn't have any diseases. He doesn't have predators that eat him, so he grows rampant through our woods. H.C. Rips is having a weed wrangle. Specifically, we are cutting out the invasive plant bush honeysuckle that is smothering this woods, killing the wildlife, making the woods ugly. And so we've got a team of high school kids here and we're teaching them how to cut honeysuckle.
So we've got loppers, we got some other tools, we've got Roundup in these little bottles.
Yep.
Talk to me about what's actually happening. What are you teaching the students to do in the woods today?
Well, the first thing I teach them to do is how to identify bush honeysuckle, because you don't want to cut the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Then the trick is you go as low to the ground as you can and you cut it and then you dab it. So this guy has herbicide in it. If you don't use the herbicide, then he's going to sprout up with a whole 100 branches. So all you got to do is just dab that stump that's left and he will die.
Why is it important for the river area here to be cleared out?
So important. The Big Blue River is the major wildlife corridor of Henry County. We are mostly farm fields, which isn't good habitat for our birds, bees, and butterflies. So they all use the Big Blue River as their migration corridor, but when it's stuffed with bush honeysuckle, it's bad habitat. So it's really important to make your river healthy.
So we've got this path that we're working on clearing from the field here down to the river.
Yes.
And you're hoping in just a couple hours here with this big group to get all the way cleared down to the river?
That's the plan.
Okay, all right, let's see if we can do it.
Let me show you a trick.
Yeah, okay, show me a trick.
Okay? Here, let's take it, if we can get it out. So the cutting surface is just this one.
Okay, yep.
Started with my own property, which we bought 30 years ago, not knowing anything about plants. And somewhere along the line, somebody told us we had a whole bunch of invasive plants and we took them all out. And we had so much fun doing it that we wanted to help our neighbors and our whole community. And then I heard Don Slack speak. So Don came up with the idea in Indiana that they would support county-wide citizen-led organizations. And I heard Don speak. I said, I want to get started. And so she helped us organize H.C. Rips, Henry County Removes Invasive Plant Species, about 6 years ago. And we've been removing invasive plants ever since.
All right, get that guy out of there. We're getting closer and closer to the river here.
What I've got best and what I show people is my own woods that we've worked on for 30 years. Honeysuckle free. It is in the spring, it is filled with woodland wildflowers. It's got warblers singing overhead. I've counted over 120 different bird species. Just a week ago, I had 60 monarch butterflies flying by because I've restored the ecosystem and I can see the life that I've brought back. This guy looks like black walnut. Good tree.
Yeah, we'll leave that guy there.
These honeysuckles actually put an allelopathic chemical into the ground. I love to say that word, allelopathic. And what that does is make the ground inhospitable for any other plants. Wild ginger is a good native woodland plant, and he can't live under honeysuckle. So when we get all the honeysuckle out here, he can spread and fill the forest floor and be happy. You can go to the gym and you can lift weights, or you can come out here and if you look at the work we've been doing today, we've been doing squats and we've been doing lunges and we've been doing all kinds of biceps and triceps, but you don't even notice time passing because you're enjoying what you're doing, you're mixing it up. And the other thing is it gives you a purpose in life. You're not just doing something for yourself. You're doing something that you know makes the environment better, helps the trees, the birds, bees, and butterflies. And that also just gives you beautiful soul feeling sense of satisfaction. The blue zones are the 7 places in the world where more people live to be 100 than anywhere else. And not only do they live to be old, they live healthy. They have incredibly low rates of heart disease, diabetes, dementia. And so the scientists have studied those places to see what those people have in common, why they live so long. And one of the distinct ones they found is all those people have a sense of purpose. They have a reason to get out of bed in the morning, and they've even honed it down to saying having a sense of purpose adds 7 years to your life.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So for you, when you wake up in the morning knowing you're going to come out here and remove some invasive plant species, what's the feeling that you get when you're getting ready to come out here?
There were some really crummy days that I woke up in the winter and I stayed in the house until it was honeysuckle time. And boy, I just got dull and depressed and it looked crummy out. And then I started putting on all those layers of clothes, and I got my loppers and I got my little chainsaw and I got in my car and I got out there and I cut that first honeysuckle, and it's just like a light goes on. You just smile and you're happy and you know you're doing something great, and makes every day wonderful.
It's been enjoyable to be out here with you guys. I've been sweating.
Good.
And definitely feeling as you mentioned, the lunges and squats.
Yeah.
But it's a very different kind of exercise because I wasn't thinking about that at all. Now for another one.
When we started today, there was just a wall of bush honeysuckle between us and the soccer fields. And we've cleared all the way through here. You couldn't see the river when we started. And now we're right along the banks of the Big Blue River, which, as I say, is the major wildlife corridor. This is where the birds fly for their fall migration. They follow the river and they need to be able to get under the trees, to get to the trees to nest. So this river is the lifeblood of Henry County and of all the life that comes through it.
When you're working on a project like this, cutting back those last trees right before the river, what's the feeling that you get when you're making those cuts?
It's such a rush. And the cool thing about honeysuckle, if you've noticed, it's built almost like an umbrella. So you've got a stump down here and you cut a stump like this, and when you pull it out, there's this whole canopy that gets pulled out. So you get the open sky, you can see the river, you've opened it up. It's just a terrific feeling. Hold your arms up like you in the back too. Yay! 1, 2, 3.
If you found this as interesting as I did, like this video and share it with someone else who will too. And leave a comment to share how you find purpose in your exercise. I love to ride my bike to work. Maybe for you it's walking the dog instead of getting on a treadmill. Let us know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.